Hi, Wes Scott from Lifeback Law Firm. Today we're going to talk about what is a fraudulent transfer in bankruptcy and why is it important to disclose it. Well, folks, look, and this sounds ominous. People hear the word fraudulent and they go, whoa, I didn't commit a fraud. No, I get that. And I agree with you, except under the bankruptcy terminology, as to what constitutes a fraudulent transfer, there might be a fraudulent transfer even though you didn't intend to commit the fraud. I'll give you an example. 6 months before you file the bankruptcy, you give your Uncle Louie your $10,000 truck because Louie needs a truck and you've got a spare one. And you're like, why wouldn't I help Uncle Louie out? And of course, it's a normal thing to do or to want to do, except when you file a bankruptcy, there is a look-back period under Section 548 of the Bankruptcy Code for 24 months. It's a 2-year period where during that period, if you transferred, sold, gave away any assets for less than fair market value, the trustee can try to claw that transfer back into the estate, take the monies back into the estate, take the value back into the estate, and disperse it to creditors pro rata. Again, bankruptcy is so much about leveling the playing field amongst creditors, especially, and creating a timeout for the debtor. So, if you've transferred something for less than full market value, it's considered under Section 548 a fraudulent transfer, right? And so in the example of Uncle Louie, the trustee doesn't want the truck, the trustee wants money, right? So the threat is, I'm going to sue your Uncle Louie unless somebody pays me $10,000, the value of the truck. And sometimes there's some negotiations that can go on there, and there's cost of litigation and this kind of stuff, right? And you might get a discount. But most debtors don't want the trustee going after their relatives, of course, in their bankruptcy case. And of course, trustees know that. And some of our trustees, I think, sort of weaponize that against debtors. But that is a fraudulent transfer, and yes, it must be disclosed. You must disclose all your transfers in the last 2 years on the schedules, and then you'll be asked about transfers to family members for up to 6 years. When the time is right, when you are ready to get your life back, reach out to Lifeback Law Firm. You're going to be so thankful you did.